So here's Teddy, hometown, Toronto, Ontario, Victoria Park subway station. We're going to take the Red Rocket to Center Island today. That's where Teddy is now. Toronto Islands. And here we emerge from Union Station on the way to the islands. That way. Downtown ferry terminal to the islands. Now where should we go? Should we go to Center? Should we go to Hadlands Point? Should we go to Wards? I don't know. Whichever one comes first. So as we wait in the line to Center, fun fact. When I was a kid, tell me how old you are without telling me how old you are. Ferry fare was 25 cents. We just paid $22 for all three of us. Le plus ça change, le plus ça change. So here's the thing. I essentially spent my youth on the Toronto Islands. Back in the day in the summer, kiss mom goodbye, say bye, or mom would leave for work before. And I'd gang up with my friends, take the bike path down Church Street, hop on the ferry for 25 cents, and basically spend the day on the islands, getting into all sorts of mischief, including unsupervised swimming in Lake Ontario. Those are the days when a kid, 10, 11, 12-year-old kid could disappear for the whole day with the standing rule of be back before it gets dark, before the lights come on. That was literally the rule, which is around 9 o'clock. I had the privilege and luxury of living essentially downtown anyways at Church and Isabella, so it was an easy bike ride down. This was my playground as a kid. And I can't think of anything that would have been better for an inner city kid. It was part of the privilege of being able to live downtown. This is Wards Island, and the fun thing about this is that there's actually a residential community. And they've been here for ages, and the rules are such that they can pass along in the family. Not sure how easily they can be bought and sold these days, but this has always been one of the funky things about the Toronto Islands. There's a long and storied history behind these residences. Honestly, there are a ton of cool and funky things about Toronto, but this is one of my favorite. Just like, who wouldn't want to live in a garden oasis like this? I guess it's not for everybody. You gotta bring your cargo bike into the city across the ferry to do your grocery shopping. But who would not want to live? Really, seriously. in one of these cottages. This is like a little fantasy land, like a little hobbit village, but for adults. So this is kind of new and different. Instead of little free bookstores, they do these little booths, and they have little things for sale, which is kind of cool. This is a secret little hideaway. Everybody knows about it, but this is where we drop in and dare each other to swim across the channel. Things you should not tell your parents that you did as a kid. I'd like to thank the Scott Mission summer camps for teaching me how to swim. It seems a little reckless now, don't it? But we dared each other to swim across to the mainland. Memories of Center Island coming up strong. The swans. Now that brings back memories. Don't be such a meanie, Elliot. Go, 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 go. Well, I made it out. But I'm literally in the same place I started, so I don't know. One of the hallmarks of the islands are these ginormous willow trees. They've been here forever, and it's like, it's just so, I don't know, like emblematic almost of the islands. I think one of the reasons I love the island so much is because of a place like this, the Toronto Island Science Natural School. So in public school up to grade 6, for I think 3 years running, we would get shipped off to the island for a week of residential science school activity and I think it really got me interested in natural history and the outdoor. Well, I was already interested in the outdoors even as a young kid, but I knew this place. We slept here, we had overnights here. I handled my first last of honeybees here. So many memories. We're gonna go discover whether or not the south-facing beach has some shade. All right, so here we go. Lake Ontario, more of the beaches where we recklessly swam unsupervised back in the day. So like that's Buffalo over there. New York State across the lake. Another iconic location on Toronto Islands is the Gibraltar Point Lighthouse, the haunted lighthouse. During the War of 1812, some British soldiers were found here, 2 of them beheaded or some such. Think childhood memories. Growing up in the literal center of the universe, and I'm talking like 3 blocks from Bloor and Yonge, my memories as a child revolve around the Toronto Islands. You've heard how I escaped here on bike for the day, returning at the end of the day. Back in the day when I guess you let your kids disappear for the day and trust that they'll be back before the lights come on, the street lights. You've heard of science camp here. grades 4, 5, and 6. We'd come here for 5 days in the autumn and learn about natural history and social history and social anthropology as an elementary schooler. I was a summer camper, a day camper here. A lot of memories of this place. Forever, forever etched in my memories. Time to be off to a baseball game. Go Blue Jays. As we end our adventure on the Toronto Islands from Ward's Island over to the opposite corner, 5 kilometers away or so, Hanlon Point, named in honor of Ned and Hanlon, world-class rower in the later part of the 19th century. And that, my friends, is adieu from the Toronto Islands. Not for nothing, but I too rode the William Inglis when I was a kid 40 years ago.